This weekend in Madison, a new class of college graduates. For some, the realization of crushing debt.
I'm graduating with about $65,000 in student loan debt.
With $25,000 of student loan debt.
And I'm graduating with no student loans. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
About $70,000.
And it kind of sucks.
I'm not feeling too great about that.
Experts say it's a student loan crisis. The cost of college higher than ever. More than 43 million Americans owing a collective $1.7 trillion in college debt. For this group of friends, more than $150,000 borrowed.
Something that is on your mind always, like it informs every decision that you make after you graduate.
Now presidential political pressure is growing.
Biden lost my trust because I'm a college student, so that student loan slogan was really something that we look forward to.
In 2020, then candidate Biden followed his progressive colleagues, supporting federal forgiveness of some student loans.
I proposed and the House, Nancy, put it in the plan to immediately provide $10,000 in debt relief as stimulus right now.
The White House now teasing an announcement within the coming weeks as a pandemic-driven pause on federal loan repayments started under the Trump administration and extended by Biden is set to expire August 31st, weeks before the start of early voting in many states.
An issue you're thinking about for the midterm elections?
Absolutely. Without a real commitment to it, I think there's going to be some people who aren't very interested in voting, and that's pretty sad.
A poll by a progressive think tank shows debt cancellation could impact voter turnout. 45% of voters in battleground states say that with $10,000 in debt cancellation, they are somewhat or much more likely to vote in November, the number jumping to 56% among young voters. Democratic lawmakers argue canceling student debt is a matter of racial justice.
The big question is, how much can it address? The wealth inequality, the racial wealth gap in America is vast, and student loans are maybe a drop in that bucket.
The prospect of cancellation already facing threats of legal challenges and political opposition.
It's just a bad idea in general.
Now the president of the college Republicans, Cranch transferred from a private college freshman year to avoid taking on more student debt.
I think it would be really unfair, especially when you consider hardworking citizens who didn't go to college and who don't have those burdens of loans, but where's their money? Where's their relief?
Last month, 5 Republican senators introduced a bill to block future pauses in student loan payments and prevent Biden from unilaterally canceling student debt.
The big winners coming from canceling student loan debt, it's not the students, it's going to be the colleges who now have even more of an incentive to hike up prices.
As the cloud of doubt and debt hangs over the excitement of graduation season.
And joining me now is Shaq Brewster. I'm so happy you're covering this, Shaq. I got to tell you, when I was out in the streets in Washington, D.C. covering the protests with the Supreme Court leak, a lot of the young women I was speaking to talked a lot about student loan debt and wanting the forgiveness and wanting the Biden administration to come through on their promises. So you've been speaking to students there in Dane County, as we just saw. Talk about the impact in what you're hearing, and also the concerns they have in paying back these loans.
Yeah, I think some of the impact and concerns overlap the conversations that you were having. The point is, with many of these college students, especially the ones who are now graduating, they heard 2 years ago much of the conversation from many of the Democratic presidential candidates surrounded the idea of canceling or forgiving some real widespread amount of debt. That has not happened yet, so they see it as a broken promise. The reason why we focused on people here in Dane County is this is a progressive stronghold in a battleground state. If you have people who are depressed, if you have voters who don't feel like they want to turn out, that could have a major impact when it comes time to our elections.
So I do want to expand on that a little bit, right? Because we're heading towards the midterm elections. They really want to get voter turnout up. Democrats especially, they're facing the loss of the House, the Senate as well. How connected is turnout that you're hearing to student loan forgiveness? And let me just add this, tack this on, this promise of possibly $10,000. Is that even going to be enough?
Well, yeah, I mean, that is something. There are some voters who say this is their single issue. They see this as a top priority. And you hear the anxiety of some of the people we talk to, some of the graduates we talk to in that story. In terms of the amount, that is where you have a lot of discrepancy. Look at this poll that we saw from just last month. You saw more voters are more likely to vote in the midterm election. Young voters are 50% more likely to vote in the midterm elections with $10,000 in debt forgiveness. If that goes up to total forgiveness, that goes up to about 50%. 56%. This is something that young voters say they are watching extremely closely.
Yeah, and I believe average student loan debt across the board is above $20,000 or so. So if you're getting a $10,000 forgiveness,
a little over
that means you still got
30,000, yeah.
30,000.
Yeah.
So that means you got about 20,000 or so to go, which is not easy, that's for sure. Shaq Brewster, as always, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.